Mr. Hervis, you saw the wonderful presentation that the elder statesmen, have been presenting to Nigerians, for the past 2 weeks. But of course, over the weekend, they decided to go ahead with the convention against the court order. And not only that, they went ahead to expel a certain group of people. And it is just dawning on them now that this set of people are indulging themselves in anti-party. These were the same people we asked the PDP, why have you not sacked Wike? And they said, we don't have any evidence. So do they have evidence now? But of course, with all of this show of shame, what can you say about this PDP saga?
Savior, it's a shame that when elders dance naked on the streets, in the village square, it becomes a lack of a good example to the younger ones. That was what we saw yesterday. Yeah, like you said, we've seen this back and forth for the past 2 weeks. But unfortunately, it degenerated to a level that, thank God our lives were not lost yesterday, because the way the two sides took it, something else could have happened. But look at what happened. Wike, like I said, Wike has become a mole in PDP. And unfortunately, PDP delayed so much. The expulsion of Wike came too late, as far as I'm concerned. Because nothing could have been more serious than when a party member at that hierarchy of a state governor, openly said he was not going to support their presidential candidate. I'm talking of 2023 election, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. And he actually did it to the extent that he's even bragging with it that he told the party was not going to support their candidate. And after that, he took up employment from the opposition. And since then, he has not stopped. That's a very grievous offense, as in political party, formation of a political party. If you are not part of it, why are you there? So I was expecting that before now, PDP would have made.
But of course, Mr. Avis, Wike was aggrieved as at the time.
No. What led to the grievances? Wike contested, was an aspirant in that election.
But the ticket was meant to be zoned to the south.
No, then it didn't go the way he wanted.
Why didn't it go the way it was planned?
I'm coming there, Savior. Right from time, there have been issues in PDP. PDP have actually not been truthful to themselves. But when he went in that manner, as a good party person, he would have either said, okay, I'm resigning from the party completely, or let me manage up. He didn't resign, he still kept the party. All other positions in Rivers State came through PDP. The governor, the National Assembly, and the House of Assembly. Then the presidential candidate, he said no, he was not going to support. You don't rub it out to paper. I would have expected that, okay, I'm not happy because the zoning was supposed to go to the south. Then I'm resigning my membership of this party. He has done so well with the party. He has financed the party to a very high level. But when it comes to pulling it down, and now he's the only one that is enjoying it because he has an appointment with the opposition party. I mean, the ruling party as an opposition from an opposition party he belongs to. He's enjoying with the ruling party. Other party members are not enjoying it that manner. So PDP itself lost his bearing.
Okay. All right. I would like you to hold your thoughts. We have a caller here. Hello. Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Good afternoon, Savior. This is Seyi Makinde from Lagos.
All right, good afternoon. Please go ahead.
This is Seyi calling you from Lagos.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Now, concerning what we discussed about the betrayal of Wike by PDP, PDP would have humbly admitted their mistake and said, apologize to Wike and try to bring Wike in. Find a way to compensate.
I think we're having a network glitch there, so that was a drop call. But of course, Mr. Elvis, I would like you to finish your thoughts before I go to...
Yeah, so I was actually like, you can't, be at the fringes. It's either you belong or you completely not part of it.
Okay.
But as a good politician, you say, okay. Oh, no, this is not the arrangement. PDP has that internal arrangement of, okay, from the north to the south, from the south to the north. It is not, it's not really a constitutional thing, but they arrange it in such a way that let both north and south begin to benefit from, that biggest office in Nigeria, which is the presidential seat. The south had it for 8 years. The north came in. Unfortunately, he died in office. Then his device has to complete it. I'm talking about President Goodluck Jonathan.
Yes, please go ahead.
After that, that's where the crisis began in PDP. People will not trace it. When Jonathan contested that 2011 election, ordinarily one would have expected that, okay, why don't a northerner call me? Because he was just to hold it for within the period before for the death of his boss. But Jonathan was allowed. There was already an infraction. Wike is not looking at it from that way because at that time Wike benefited. In 2015, when PDP lost that election, it was very obvious that PDP would have managed up a northerner to complete that tenure that Yar'Adua started. But because all of them, or everybody that is like, oh, it's wrong now, benefited from it, they never saw anything wrong. That was where PDP, created the crisis that, engulfed it in 2019 and 2023. We still have 2019 election. Before the 2023, why is Wike singling out a 2023 general election? Because he was an aspirant. I never got the ticket. He now suddenly just discovered that, oh, why did the ticket have to go to the north?
Okay, so now all you are saying is the problem is from Wike and not another person.
I think
PDP
okay.
and Wike should have, just throw in the towel and say, I'm leaving because you are not honoring agreements.
Okay. All right, let me go to Chief Ame. As soon as I come back, then there's something I need to ask you as regards to what Turaki talked about, okay? Calling on the international community. So I'll get there with you. But Chief Ame, are you there? Please, can you unmute your mic? Chief Peter Ame, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you loud and clear now. So, what's your take as regards to this whole situation that is going on in PDP? Of course, now we don't know who is the real PDP and who's the fake, because the other one expelled this one, and this one now have expelled this other one. So, everybody's on expulsion, So, what are you going to say about this whole situation of PDP's saga?
Sincerely, to be disingenuous for anyone to say, you don't know the one that is the real PDP. We are Nigerians and we belong to this country. And we know what is playing out. The intrigues behind the scene, the attempt to cripple the PDP, a political... I'm not a member of the PDP, but what I've done as a member of the opposition is to speak and make sure that our democracy is not fueled by desperate people who want to use it for their own personal, selfish and political interest. One, political party body corporate with self-succession. A political party is not just like ordinary association; it's a public institution where, with all the necessary rights that is conferred upon it from Section 221 to 225. So, without self-succession authority that political party has, and without statutes that has also been part of its legal instrument, it is clear that political party does not belong to an individual. So, what is happening in PDP today? You could see it as people who are acting as undertakers to undermine and to destroy the PDP because they feel will stand as an obstacle to the re-election. So these are people who have planned themselves as fifth columnists within the PDP. And it is very disheartening that people say it's a shame. I say we should look at people who have stood in defense of democracy. They are very competent. Parliament is a second-time governor, a minister, a senator. He could have easily defected to the APC. Testamini was a former minister, an SEN, he could have easily defected to the APC. So a lot of all others who are there today, what they are doing, people might not see it as something that should give them plaque for today. But I'm telling you, as somebody who are committed to seeing that a multi-party democratic system flourish, is something we should gather and give them plaque and tell them thank you for trying to make sure that our democratic multi-system arrangement survive. People say that it's wrong that Samim Turabi called for Trump to intervene in the democracy. When you find out something is in danger, when you find out that people are using state apparatus of state, to overpower the opposition, when you find out that nowhere you can run to, you run to the powerful man. Democracy is actually to your own growth. It is Western in the country. And the one in particular with President American this branch that we have taken and brought to this country. So it is not anything because Samini Dukari cannot command the police, neither can he command the army to come to help him. So he's looking at people who believe in liberal democracy, who believe in the views of people being heard, who believe in participation of citizens in democratic engagement. And it is clear that also taking sides. Today, I got to learn that police are still of the PDP secretariat. With the police are still of the PDP secretariat, if the Wike'S group were holding sway, we is not of the police in a democratic system to continue to go and close down the headquarters of the political party whenever there is small misunderstanding with it. The party has unnecessary organs that have been put in place so that the party can organically organize itself in a way that it insulates itself for external interference by making sure that the distant and are there to take decisions to solve.
Okay, Chifame.
The regular and a register of political party.
Chifame.
I have not said anything clear on this issue. So we should not also draw a neck at some people and an organization that has also been hijacked by people in power.
Chifame. Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you.
All right, so I would like us to look into a particular angle that of course nobody wants to talk about it presently, because I think everyone now is angry and everyone just feels they want to do whatever they want to do to either save the party or to destroy the party finally. But if I may ask you, a few months ago, before this projection of convention, the Wike-led faction said that until they meet up with one or two things that needs to be done, and afterwards, everybody would be fine. The aggrieved members, everybody will come back together, and they will proceed to the convention. What are the Wike's conditions for peace in the PDP? What were the things he mentioned? And how did the other people make efforts to at least meet him somewhere? I would like to know.
The reason
I think we're having a network glitch there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's come back to the studio. Mr. Elvis, before you come in, but please don't forget that particular, question there. But I want us to talk about the international community. Nigeria is at a crossroad, if permitted to use that particular, statement, where we certainly know that insecurity is ravaging the land, and every part of Nigeria is quite fragile now. And the governments are trying to, look for a way to cushion the effects of the situation. But in a situation like this, where a politician in Nigeria is calling on the international community, even making statements, I'd like us to watch that video, making statements that the democracy of Nigeria is being threatened, is under threat. This is just to help fastening, to hasten the response of the international community, especially the United States of America. And I do not know the interest that Trump has, but it's actually looking like it's a time bomb. I would like the video to come in now, from my team. I would like the video to come in now. The video where the Turaki, that's the chairman of PDP, was actually addressing, the crowd, and he was calling on the intervention of the international community. So, if I may ask you, Madam Ayola, what effects and what particular, will I say, consequences, what significance will this particular one have on Nigeria? How does this particular crisis, on this, the state of a democracy in Nigeria, because if we allow this thing to keep on going like this, I assure you, all Trump needs is just the final call. Don't forget, another thing happened in Kwara yesterday, in the church. We still have the schoolgirls matter. And now the politicians.
It happened in Kaduna too.
Another one happened in Kaduna. Now the politicians are actually calling on Donald Trump to come save democracy in Nigeria. Coming from someone who is over there, what would you have to say about this?
First of all, when we talk about security, I would say Nigeria government have disappointed the people. And secondly, we have to understand that we use politics. The way Nigeria plays their own politics, they use security to fight one another. Who are the cabals? There are many cabals on the ground who are targeting current administration. 2027 is round the corner. Some are saying they don't want President Tinubu there. Let's look back to Jonathan's time. The same incident happened during President Jonathan, when Jonathan's administration was in power. When they don't like the administration, they use politics, security to fight one another. And when you look at the way they use security to fight one another.
Madam Ayola, that's the video where Turaki was calling on. That's the video.
Yeah.
Seeing the threat that Nigerian democracy is. Come and save us. Come and save us. I want
Wrong with American first. President Trump should mind his own business. He should focus on America, while Nigeria government will focus on Nigeria. We don't have to quote householders to come and sort out the problem in their house. They can do it themselves. We have President Tinubu. His focus is in control. And
Madam Ayola, I will have to take you on this.
Yeah.
I understand the fact that you feel or you want, under Mr. Elvis, we just have to do this X-word now. So I understand the fact that you feel the Nigerian government can actually tackle the situation. Yeah. Okay? You feel the Nigerian government can handle the situation. But my problem here is that we have so many cases on ground that the same government have not been able to fix. And let us even take it up to our judiciary. Did you also see what happened in the just concluded judges conference in Abuja? In a situation where a president, please, I would like my PCR to also play this. In a situation where a president, of course, was invited to come and open, the judges conference, and a president was invited by the Chief Justice, to go to the podium. While he stood up to move to that's the video. While he was walking to the podium to speak, they were playing "On Your Mandate We Shall Stand." This is the same Nigeria. Please, can you give it volume? Take it again and take it from beginning, please. Don't you think we really need this help? Because if a situation like this can be going on in the same Nigeria, can a common man have issues with an APC politician today? Will that same person win that case?
But you have to understand that's why the way Nigeria plays their own politics. someone is in power, the administration that is in power, opposition, they all move to the other party.
Including judges? Is it right?
It's wrong, but if that's the way Nigeria plays their own politics. Because
Mr. Evans, you have to say something, please.
Madam, I'm quite happy that you are from a more civilized part of this world, where you live. Yeah. And the video we just watched, how do you expatiate on that video? Is that not shameful?
It's a dirty politics.
Is that not shameful? Savior, we have 3 arms of government, which we were told in elementary government that all the 3 arms must work independently.
Till today, they are not being separated in Nigeria.
And that they must act as check and balances. You saw judicial system, you saw the judicial arm. Now applauding the executive.
Why do you
We already saw what is happening in the legislative arm, where everything that comes from the executive have a say through.
Everything is take a bow and
Just
go.
take a bow and go. Can you fathom that from where you are coming from?
So
Madam?
I still want to ask you.
Now the Nigerians are frustrated. A political party, the head of a political party is frustrated in this nation because of what is going on, and is calling on where we borrow this democracy from.
It's very
America say, please come and help. Sometimes when you are a father in the house and your children are frustrated to some certain level, they put a call across. Or they call, Daddy, how do I go through this? Nigerians are helpless. Let's not shy away from the truth. We are completely helpless. We are like a captured nation at this moment.
But do you...
Because insecurity is ravaging us. Forget about the statistics that we are getting from Nigeria Bureau of Statistics about the inflation. I don't want to go there because we know what is obtainable in our markets. Then Nigerians don't have jobs. Nigerians can't pay their bills any longer.
Let's take this call.
Sorry, can I quickly say something?
Yeah, there's a caller. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Hello, good afternoon. This is Ian. I'm calling from Lagos.
Please go ahead.
Please, I want to take this from a very different perspective. This Trump religious attack. Now, give an example. There was a religious leader that during Jonathan's time carried his members and did 1 million march against Jonathan because of hunger. Now, that same religious leader have seen the massacre, the genocide of Christians, and now have not uttered a word. The question is, do we really have Christians or religious leaders in Nigeria? If it can take Trump, the president of America, that does not know Christ, I don't believe Trump have given his life to Christ, to fight for Christians in Nigeria, why the religious leaders in Nigeria are quiet?
Okay.
Believe me.
Okay,
this is a sad omen to Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Hold on. Before you go, I would also like to take you up on this. So you mentioned that of the religious leader. So I remember vividly, ever since I started this show, whenever you call, you usually use a particular word, my president, right?
Sure.
Okay. So have you also, called me on like this, ever since this massacre started, to actually tell me that your president, has really not done well as regards to this particular thing, or they've not been able to curb, this insecurity? It's just a question. Thank you very much. So that particular side is fine. So thank you for joining the show. Let me continue with my analyst. Thank you very much. All right, madam, please go ahead.
First of all, I'm going to blame the Nigeria intelligence. Nigeria intelligence are not doing their job.
Okay.
Because they suppose, and the intelligence sharing in Nigeria is not that strong because of the cabals, because they know the criminals. The criminals, they use politics against each other. This is Nigerian problem. Nigeria use politics, security to fight one another. The intelligence supposed to start tracing where the money is coming from. Who are the people funding these criminals? And if they can trace them And it's very easy to trace, actually. If they can trace them so that they can bring them to justice. It's very sad that in Nigeria, the power ones don't go to prison. It's a very, very sad thing that Nigeria prisons are meant for the poor, not for the rich. Even if they know them, they cover them up. But on the day, the who is who, the rich ones, the wealthy ones, the cabals, on the day they started going to 10 years in prison, sentenced them to life, brought them to justice. That's the beginning that Nigerians, there is a new Nigeria.
Okay, let me go back to Chief Ame. Hello, Chief Ame, are you there? Okay, so I think we're having a network glitch there. But Mr. Elvis, what are the potential consequences if this crisis is not resolved? And of course, what does this crisis affect, does this crisis affect the party chances in 2027?
It will, if it is not resolved, one. But let me quickly answer a little bit, speak in line with what Madam said.
Okay.
When Madam is talking about Kaba in a sitting government, as powerful as Nigeria president and commander-in-chief of the armed forces, and we are hearing about Kaba, that means the president himself is not ready, he doesn't know his duties. The president of Nigeria can crush any Kaba if he really wants to do that.
Because he's the commander-in-chief.
He's the commander-in-chief. Remember this same Nigeria, okay, the late former president, Muhammadu Buhari, had a list that was given to him from UAE, the sponsors of this criminality in Nigeria. What happened to that list? If Buhari cannot prosecute them, what stops President Ahmed Tinubu not prosecuting the people that are in that list? Why are we talking of Kaba? Can't the president step on toes for him to get the integrity of his office? And that's for you to get the integrity of office, you can't please everybody. That's why you are called the president. Because why Nigerians will believe you, Nigerians gave you their vote, because they believe that you know the problem of this nation. You'll be here as two-time governor of Lagos State, and since 1999 to today, you dictate who is who in Lagos governance, political governance of Lagos State.
Also, even beyond Lagos.
I mean, the whole, even
beyond Lagos, in Nigeria, to
yes.
But the security,
now you have the biggest office.
But
when such person will say he cannot step on the toes of Kaba to give Nigerians peace.
But the insecurity,
which is a constitutional guarantee, welfare and security of Nigeria is the paramount challenge for a city president.
But the insecurity we are having in Nigeria at the moment is because of the cabals. It's because of the politicians.
Let's take cabals out. It is the government that is not ready to work, that is looking for fleeting excuses. But that's what I'm saying.
But this government is working. This government,
with this number of deaths?
No.
With this number of deaths? Don't forget
about the third rule. No, there's always a death.
It is the human being that applied the third rule. Forget about the third rule. Nigerians need to live first before they can see a third rule. Nigerians need to live first before they can see
when I was coming,
1 billion.
No, do you know the state? Wait, sorry, can I quickly say something? If you compare the Muritala Mohammed Airport during President Buhari, during President Jonathan, so this present president, there's a big changes. They don't ask for bribe. The airport, the air conditioning is working. The cleanliness, during Buhari, it wasn't like that. During President Jonathan, it wasn't like that. Because the corruption was very high.
Madam, you are speaking for the elitist
and
class.
Also,
the elitist class, that is the problem we have in this nation. The elitist class is not up to 10%. The 90% of Nigerians that are slaughtered every day, who speaks for them? You are speaking for the elitist. How many Nigerians know Muritala Mohammed?
During President Buhari's time, Nigerian border was actually open. Because Buhari doesn't prosecute terrorists. Buhari, even when they show their faces, during late President Buhari's time, terrorists walk free. They show their face. They will tell you they are not Nigerians. If they are not Nigerians, why can't you go straight to their country, wherever they come from? show them on telly, track them down, bring them to justice. Nigeria don't do that. Why does Nigeria don't do that? Because they know that these people have been used by politicians. Because on the day Nigeria started persecuting politicians that use terrorists to fight one another, because this is what Nigeria
Who is going to start it?
Well,
Who is going to?
the president, Mr. President.
Then that's what I'm saying. If the president cannot start it, which means the president does not know the responsibility Nigerians get.
Okay.
But the intelligence also have to.
You live in the UK. You live in the UK where things work, where there is no big man before the law or a poor man before the law. The law is applicable to everybody from the top to the bottom. But here,
and that is why Mr. President. Mr. President needs to work with the loyal people.
Why don't you tell the city president, please, don't mention Kaba. Nigerians don't want to hear Kaba. Nigeria wants to live like the people that gave us the independence where you live.
Okay. Thank you very much, Madam Ayola and Mr. Elvis. Of course,
there will always be Kaba.
Madam Ayola.
There will always be Kaba.
All right, I'd like you to hold your thoughts. So, because we're pressed for time, but in closing, of course, let's not forget that we digressed because of the invitation that Turaki, the chairman of PDP.
Yes, it's part of what we're talking about.
Yes, it's part of what we're saying, that he called on the international community.
It's out of frustration.
So it's out of frustration.
Out of frustration because...
No, it's because they don't like Mr. President.
But
Turaki does not own police. It doesn't have police force. It doesn't have the armed forces.
Of course.
The people who are using Wike'S has the police.
Okay, so Madam Ayola,
President Trump has his own problem.
Okay, Madam Ayola.
America is even worse
Madam
than
Ayola,
Nigeria.
because of our time.
America is worse than Nigeria.
Because of our time.
Americans should face their own problem and leave Nigeria with their own problem.
And allow
Mr. President. PDP, the way Nigeria operates in politics, they move around. It's a political process.
But because we're pressed for time, so gentlemen and ladies,